All right. Yes, man. We got to dust the mic off here, man. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Of course, we're going to return for the biggest fight of the year, and it did not disappoint. Hey, we're going to get into all that right now, and shout out to Bazel. Bazel, he was in here. He was waiting, man. Yes, you are first, Bazel. You are first. Salute to you for coming through. Um, man, it's been too long, yo. It's been too long. We have to hit him with the intro. Usually we don't do it for these live streams, but we have to hit him with the intro. Y'all ready? Let's go. Let. Did it stop?
Yeah, just you click it again.
I didn't click anything.
Oh my god!
Let's try it again. It stopped working. It said no.
It's
been too long. Here we go. Let's take two. Now it's working. Here we go. Yes, Ring Kings podcast is back. It has been too long. I apologize. Okay. There's some things that I was supposed to put out I didn't put out. A couple times we try to get together and do a live stream or record some stuff. Just, look, man, like Mikey says, life be lifing. All right.
Life be lifing.
But man,
Fair said, play it again.
Huh?
Fair said, play it again.
He said, play it again anyway. Yes, just for you. We played it again. Living big with Big Reg. What's going on? Salute to you. Yes, Bazel. Yes. He said, I was off by 1 round. I said Tank, KO, in 8. Well, tonight you should listen to Tank. He said 7, and hey, that's exactly what happened. P. Brownie, what's good? Salute to you. Jimmy in the house said, there are levels, man. Facts. Living legend in the house says Tank gave him that I don't want no more body shots. Yes. And I feel Ryan Garcia on that, man. Like I felt the delayed reaction. I felt the not being able to get up, man. The thing about body shots is you need about a good 15, 20 seconds to recover, right? And you only have 10 seconds. And in those 10 seconds, you're just not if you get hit and you're not ready for it, you get the wind knocked out of you. This is not much you can do.
Well, that's when you realize all that mind over matter stuff is nonsense.
Right.
You need them muscles. They gotta work right.
Salute Marcus Payne. Thanks for coming through. Attitude Pop says, keep telling people it ain't always about speed. Javante was the better fighter. He timing and power is perfection, and he has technique. Ryan just has speed. Javante is basically Floyd 2.0.
Let's not go there, but
yeah, that's salute to One Mic History, man. Hey, make sure you go subscribe to One Mic History, man. Dope content. If you guys that follow us on Lunch Break Hot Take, we do the LBHT show. We start the show with the Black History fact. You guys love those Black History facts. You're gonna love our man Mike from One Mic History. All right, go over there.
Y'all got to get Mike on, man, to open the show with a Black History fact.
Absolutely. We gotta reach
out. I've always thought about reaching out and trying to, maybe get one of his videos, something like that to play. And then I was like, but then I feel real lazy.
Yeah. Me too. Man, you didn't tell me about my background. I gotta change my background. There we go. Now we're going. Now we're ready.
Why would I tell you to copy me?
Because Mr. J, what's going on? I said that disrespectful left hand. Boy. What's up, Noah? Thanks for coming through, man.
What's up, Noah?
Yes. Our guy Hindu is in the house. Baltimore, stand up. Yes. Christian, what's going on over there on Facebook? Yes, we are streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So all those places you go over there, hit the like button, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Yeah, Tank is too much for Ryan. Yep, too technical. Exactly.
And I don't want to just kind of bag on Ryan. Ryan fought well. Ryan is a very, very, very talented fighter, and props to Ryan, because a lot of fighters wouldn't make a fight like that happen.
Yes,
especially with both guys in their prime. I mean, looking at you, bud. But he got in there. It didn't go his way tonight. But Ryan's going to have a long and very, very, very good career.
Yeah. Let me read a couple more of these, and Mikey, how much you speak on? What's up, Maddie? Man, y'all coming through, man. Y'all were excited for this fight. So now, knock me out cold. I don't want to take a bite shot. Like, yeah, like that was. I mean, I felt it. Like that delayed, and he went down. I was like, yeah, you're not getting up, bro. I've been there. Trust me. That you're not getting up. Okay, the strongest people, the toughest minded people. It's just your body is telling you now. I need more time. Wesley Ellis says, "What was Ryan hitting at in the post-fight interview?" I don't know. I didn't see him. I didn't see the interview.
Yeah, I only saw the very beginning of the interview, so I didn't see him hinting at anything. What did he say?
I don't know. Yes, Trent Hansen says, "Easy work." Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, what's going on, Coach? Thanks for coming through.
What up, Coach?
Yes. He said, "The old man awake." Hey, man. We ain't gonna be awake much longer. This gonna be it's gonna be short like that fight. Maddie said Ryan lasted a whole 5 rounds longer than I gave him credit for. He'll be back. Yeah. Ryan's not a bad fighter. He's not a bad fighter. He's just not on Tank's level. That's all we was arguing.
Yeah, in that second round when Ryan got real aggressive, which is what I thought was going to happen, which I picked Tank in the fourth. I thought it would happen just a little bit later, but he went out there. He was trying to get that spectacular knockout, that show-stopping moment that would make him the face of boxing and everything, because that's kind of what the fight was about, right? That's what it was for. But you could tell just watching it that he wasn't really landing a lot of those shots that he was throwing. Yeah, and Tank was grabbing him and holding on because Ryan was being uber aggressive. But you could see Tank just kind of waiting,
downloading.
He did with Romero, right? He was waiting. He was ducking under a lot of those shots, and then he waited for the opening, hit him with the left, and Ryan went down, and it was a different fight from then on.
Hey, shout out to our brother Rome. Thanks for watching,
Rome
man.
In the building. What up, Rome?
Hey, thanks for coming through, man.
Look, this is the thing, man. Tank, we see the knockouts, and people tend to forget just how smart of a boxer he is. All of his knockouts, if you go back and watch, he sets them all up. And that is just him being smart. That's IQ. He's setting them up. It's not him throwing as hard as he can and hoping he lands. He sets it up. He waited for Ryan to throw that left because we know that's his punch. And he ducked under it. It's same thing that happened with Rolly. Rolly was being aggressive, same way. He set it up. He knew it was coming. He ducked under it, came over the top of it, and knocked him out. Same with Ryan. Now props to Ryan for getting up. Is he bounced up, and I was just like, oh, okay. He bounced up off of that. But as you said, B, that changed the fight from that moment.
Yeah. Like one might say, once Ryan got knocked down, he didn't want no more smoke.
Right.
Yeah. He was a lot more cautious from that moment on.
He can get a head nod. He's like, all right, man, I'm done. All right, I got put on my ass. My nose is being bloodied up, and now you just hit me with a gut punch, man. Like you hit me from all these different angles. Yeah, man. Look, that first round, they're feeling each other out, and his corner's pumping him up. It's like, hey, yeah, you're doing good, and they came out and put the pressure on that second round, and he hit Tank with a couple shots, but Tank was going, he was being aggressive and clinching him. So yeah, you're getting a feeling like, oh, maybe he hurt Tank, right? But I don't think that was it at all. Like that, I think that was his Tank strategy to make him keep stay aggressive because he knew what was going to happen. And sure enough, because Ryan Garcia, like he does let his guard down, got hit with that left, went flat on his back. He jumped up like, okay, I'm all right. But you could tell it wasn't like the time he got flattened by what's the kid's name? Campbell. It was Luke Campbell.
Yeah.
Luke Campbell.
Yeah. Like he got back up and was like, all right, I'm gonna finish him. Right. This time he got up and he was a lot less aggressive. Right. He was like, all right, I'm not going in like that anymore. He was a little hesitant to throw his left, or throw his right. He was trying to throw a left, but Tank wasn't really letting him throw the left. And that body shot, that was a wrap.
So for Maddie asking, does Tank beat Haney or Loma? Though he would beat both of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loma.
Look, there's one fight that I think will give him the most trouble, and that's Stevenson. Yeah. But I think he beats Stevenson. But I think that is the one fight where, he'd have a little bit of issue there. But I think he wins that fight. And to that body punch, man, that happened so quick. Like you almost didn't see it, right?
Yeah, I didn't see the actual punch in real time. I was like, why is he taking a knee? Like, I didn't see him land anything.
Yeah. And so I knew he was hurt because of the way he backed out of there.
Yeah.
He kind of stumbled back and then he kept moving back. And I'm like, ooh, he touched him with that one. And like you said earlier, Jose, and I think Maddie said it too. Like that's just one of those punches where it's one of those delayed feelings too, right? Like like you feel it and you like, all right, let me step back, let me try to gather myself. But anytime you step back and you try to give yourself some time to gather yourself, and you feel that last minute sharp pain where it takes you to your knee.
Yeah,
that tells you just how hard that was. And trust me, smart move by Ryan. People gonna call it what it was. My wife was like, "Oh, he quit," and I'm like, "Nah, listen, what was gonna happen to him from that point on was gonna be uglier."
It was gonna happen when he would have looked like Morel's victim, the fight before that.
Yamaguchi.
He was gonna get floored. There was no way he'd have been able to stand.
I didn't like that. I mean, Morel, he looked great, and I am looking forward to seeing him and Benavidez fight. I didn't like that ref let it go on after the first time that guy got.
It was over.
Down.
It was over.
Mean, he was walking side to side along the ropes, not knowing where he was at, and he told Morel, go hit him again. Mm-hmm. And they called it a knockdown, and then why did you let it go on from there?
Right,
right. The guy took the fight on 10 days notice.
Yeah. Gucci got flatlined. Yeah, it was Yamaguchi's last name.
That's his first name.
Is it?
It's Yamaguchi Falcao.
Falcao. Yes. Yeah. Falcao. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, he was out. He was out, man.
Yeah, that when he hit him with that right hook and actually put him to sleep, that was scary.
Yeah,
because he was face down on the mat and like his body was still like he was trying to crawl almost, but like he was only his stomach was moving basically.
Yeah,
and that wasn't great.
Shout out to our guy Daoud. Thanks for coming through. Says, how old is Ryan Garcia? Yeah, I see everybody answering 24. I think 25 later this year. D Weezy in the house says Tank wanted him to stay close. Yes, kept Garcia just out of reach and used the clinch to stay close. Yep, you got it.
Yeah, and if they kind of pointed it out during the fight, but Tank was a step ahead with his feet. Like his feet was in the right place, the right time. He was just, I thought Tank would win, right? And I thought he would win it in this fashion. I thought he would knock him out or put him out. But I didn't think it would be as dominating of a performance by Tank. I mean, in my opinion, to that point, it was 6-1, maybe 5-2. You know what I mean? I just think Tank, his game plan, I think Tank, he was just clearly the better fighter. You know what I mean? And, we talk on this program about how, we love Ryan Garcia. We really don't. But, we are big fans of Ryan Garcia, man. But, salute to him, man. I didn't see the full. I see somebody else in here say something about the end of the match. I mean, the part that I saw, he gave Tank his props, said Tank, it's all love and all of that stuff. So, but salute to him, man. But he was just outclassed, man. And true boxing heads know and expected it to be like this. Right.
Hey, salute to everybody that's in here right now. 35 people in the chat. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's been a minute since we've been here, man. We're back now. All right. We're going to be hitting you some more content. Yeah, we appreciate y'all coming through here. it's it's after midnight. But if you've been following us, especially over on Lunch Break Hot Take, after combat sports, we stream late. So welcome to the party if you're new. Also, if you're looking for a super chat, okay, we do super chats two different ways over here. One is right next to Mikey, $ LBHTShow. That is our Cash App. Also, that pin link that you see in the chat box will take you to our stream elements. Both ways. Leave your donation, leave your comment. You'll get a nice little animation right next to my face. Okay. Yes.
What's up, Rock?
Rock, what's going on, man?
6-1 all day Tank. Yeah, I had it.
Yeah.
I thought the first round probably should have been 10-10. Neither one of them really did anything. And I thought Garcia won. Maybe I think it was the 6th round. But other than that, no, it was all Tank.
Yeah. What's up, Adi? He says Garcia couldn't get that left hook on Tank's 5-5 body. Yeah, it goes to what D Weezy was saying. Tank made sure he stayed close so he couldn't use that left hook like he wanted to.
And Adi, there's no rematch clause for Ryan. I think Tank had one. If he would have lost, it was a rematch clause for him. But
yeah,
none for Ryan. And honestly, like, there's no point. I mean, we don't want to see that fight again. I mean, and I honestly don't think Ryan would want to take, he'd say he want to, but I think deep down, he don't want that fight.
A guy Rome says Ryan ain't stand a chance. Tank is entirely too smart of a fighter. Ryan doesn't have the experience. No, I agree. And that's why we didn't put Ryan Garcia in that class with the top fighters, right? Because he's not that same kind of fighter in the show. Like, Ryan relies too much on his hand speed, right? But he don't have that ring generalship to last in the show, because all Tank was doing was just moving him around the ring, and he looked, even though people would consider Ryan Garcia the faster fighter, he looked like the slower guy because he didn't have the footwork.
Yeah, and people, I think that the reason that there were so many people picking Ryan Garcia to win this fight is that people don't give Tank the respect that he deserves as a boxer. They don't respect his ring IQ. They look at him as just a puncher, and that hasn't been true for a while.
Yeah,
a long while.
It's the Floyd syndrome, right? People just wanted to see Floyd lose, right? No matter who he was fighting, they you have people just saying, "Look, man, I just want to see. I want him to lose." Right, for no good reason at all. They just want them to lose, and that's what Tank is dealing with. Tank is going to continue to deal with that, especially catapulting himself to being the face of boxing tonight. Right?
Yeah,
he's going to deal with that now. He's going to have people just showing up, just to see him. Hopefully being there to see him lose. Floyd went through the same thing. Floyd was just a mastermind business-wise, so he was able to turn that into millions and millions of dollars. He just went along with it. Okay, that's fine. You don't want to see me win, but you're showing up. You're buying the fight. You're paying thousands for the tickets, so you're here. So that's fine. So he was able to mastermind that. But yeah, Tank that dude, man. Like,
and Tank, he's been fighting bigger fighters, right? Like, he fought Rolly, who was a bigger fighter. He fought what's the other kid's name? Mario Barrios. Yeah, he's fought some bigger fighters, some tougher fight, like physically tougher fighters. So I mean, he was more than prepared to take on anything Ryan Garcia had, and Ryan Garcia just didn't have much, right? But for Ryan Garcia, I'll say this: one, I respect him for taking the fight, right? Because a lot of these fighters just talking, they don't really want to get in the ring with Tank Davis. But also, this was a win-win for Ryan Garcia. Okay, if he lost, he was still going to get respect for going in there and taking on a tough opponent, not ducking anybody, right? Fighting, getting the fight done when fighters like Devin Haney haven't been able to get the fight done. I'm not even going to say that's Devin Haney's fault, but he hasn't been able to get the fight done, right? Ryan Garcia was the one able to get in the ring with them. And if he won, that would have made him a superstar.
Yeah.
Right. Just flat superstar. He's already a star. He's probably the most popular boxer out of all of them, including Tank Davis, outside of boxing. Right. He doesn't draw the same kind of numbers pay-per-view wise as Tank, but just his popularity is bigger than Tank Davis is in general. But had he won this fight, then he's the man, But losing the fight, okay, he got knocked down, got up. He fought tough, but he fell short. He could still say, "Hey, man, I don't duck any fighters. I'm gonna give it a go." He had nothing to lose going into this fight.
Yeah, he said, he mentioned Devin Haney, and I mean, you can say it's not his fault, but he's got Tank's name in his mouth nonstop, so it's going to look like it's his fault. Yeah. But even beyond that, like I said, Bud Crawford doesn't want to make that fight happen with Errol Spence, right? It looks like Tyson Fury doesn't want to make the fight happen with Usyk. So you're going to get credit for going out because the reports have all been that it was Tank and Garcia who were really aggressive in making sure this fight happened. Like they wanted the fight and they went out and made it happen. And you don't see that a lot in boxing.
Yeah. Isaac Cruz is another one that Tank fought. Like he's used to some tough fights. Even Hector Garcia was a tough fight, man. That dude's tough. Tank is just like that. That's exactly why he took that fight too. He won a tough fight before he went and fought Ryan Garcia. Like Tank is that guy, man. Like Cass they don't understand. Like he's elevated his game to a whole nother level. Yeah. What's up, Curtis? Thanks for coming through, man.
What up, Kurt?
He said
this.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Curtis says this was probably Tank's easiest fight out of the big names he's fought so far, hands down. Yeah.
Certainly looked that way.
Look easy, yeah.
Rolly was probably a little easier.
Rolly probably hit harder though. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know that he hits harder than Garcia, but Garcia didn't really hit him much. So,
Yeah. We gotta think about that. What was your question, Mikey?
Do we think that Garcia made a mistake by not taking a fight before this one, or was it too risky? Did he not want to risk taking a loss or looking bad in a fight going into this?
I think he should have taken the fight, because even if he looked a little off, as long as he was in there with somebody he can handle, those are things that he could work on. You know what I mean? But not taking it, and Tank took on a good opponent right before that. Tank is staying sharp. Yeah. Oh, shout out to our nephew Sadiq. So Garcia had the nervous energy early, and Tank made home. Yeah, or made him pay. He said Tank made him pay. Yes. That's exactly what it was. Well, look, I thought he nervous. They're both kind of feeling each other out in the first round. When Garcia put the pressure on him in the second round, and he landed a couple shots, and Tank was grabbing him, I think he felt a false sense of security, right? He said, "Oh, okay." He felt my power. He might be a little hurt. I'm gonna really try to put it on him. Oh, I got caught, and he got put on his back, and that hurt a little bit, right? That's when he was just kind of a little bit on edge the rest of the fight. Like, oh man, I don't want to get caught like that again. Yeah, and that totally derailed him. That totally derailed him.
And you're looking at a classic situation where, like, a fighter taking away his opponent's best punch, right? Like, we know Ryan Garcia relies on that left hook, and when it wasn't there, and Tank was slipping it and ducking and taking it away from him, whether it was clinching or whatever it was, he was lost. And he got caught trying to land his best punch, right? So then he became gun shy after that. You know what I mean? Now he started to work the right hand a little bit more going, later on in the fight. But I think I don't know who's the guy that does the live scorecard on those telecasts. What's his name?
I don't even know.
I don't always agree with him, but anyway, it's not Bernstein. No, that's not Bernstein. Bernstein was calling the fight.
Rock, who is it? Rock would know.
I think it was Bernstein.
Is it Bernstein? Yeah,
I think so.
So even he said, like, Ryan kind of, took off the following rounds. You know what I mean? After that, 3, 4, 5, he kind of took off after that, and then started to try to throw the right hand, but it was, it was too late. Tank, look, like I said, man, it's time to, don't look past his power, right? But you have to Farhood, yeah, Farhood, Steve
Oh,
Farhood. You're
thanks.
right.
Thank you.
You don't look past his power, but you got to start recognizing Tank as a complete boxer.
Yeah.
Like you got to start seeing like this kid. It's like he's smart, man. He can box you. He can knock you out. He's complete. He has it all. And the sooner people realize that that's what this dude has, I think the more people will respect it, right? Like you hear, it's a lot of hate going on, and I'm waiting for the excuses because I know it's going to happen. I haven't been on Twitter yet.
Well, the one excuse that was baked in from before the fight started was, oh, he was trying to drain him because he had a no rehydration clause or whatever, right? Yeah. He agreed to it, right? Like this is the weight that he agreed to. He couldn't rehydrate within, I think, like 7 hours.
Yeah, and it was he got 10 pounds.
Yeah, it's like 7 hours, before the fight or something like that. Yeah. Something like that. It wasn't anything extreme.
They both had the same 10-pound weight limitations.
Yeah,
going into it. So, I mean, I get it, right? You're gonna hear that. I mean, either way, right? Ryan coming in there at 160 or whatever he would have rehydrated up to. Same thing was gonna happen, bro. It's just what it is, right? Rolly was much bigger, as you said. He just called Rolly. Those guys, you take away what they have and what they do best. That's it, man. They have nothing left. So
I think I'll say this: like if they get a fight with Devin Haney, Haney and Shakur are smarter fighters, right? They know that they'll know not to force the action, even if it looks like they caught him. Because I mean, at this point, you gotta understand you're just not gonna hurt Tank, right? Like you're not really going to hurt Tank. He's playing possum on fighters that have reach advantage, so they can let their guard down so he can hit them. Those fighters aren't going to make those same mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they won't make the mistakes, right? But then what's on Tank's side against those two guys are they aren't big punch. They aren't known as big punchers.
No. He'll walk them down.
Yeah, so he's gonna walk that down. So it's like you're right though. They're much smarter fighters, much more complete fighters. They won't push the issue. They'll box, they'll jag, they'll move. But the lack of puncher power for those guys is what's going to, especially
you're right,
Devin.
Rome.
Yeah. Especially Devin, man. That's gonna be his kryptonite against somebody like Tank.
Yeah. You can outbox somebody even if you don't have the power, but for Devin in particular, he won't be able to take the punch.
Right.
And he's gonna get hit.
Yep.
Shakur is a much tougher matchup for him, but Devin Haney, I don't see that fight really being that competitive.
Yeah. What's up, Ferris? Ferris says Tank has the great equalizer. Yeah, he has that power, man. And even in this fight, that body punch, I don't even think Tank thought he really like landed something that was going to put him down. He was like, I didn't even know what happened. I thought he was fine. And then he just went down. Like, he's like, yeah, he looked like he was hurt a little bit, but I thought he was going to get up. I don't think Tank thought it was something that was that hard, but I think that's what his trainer was, trying to get him to understand early on in his career. You don't have to put everything behind every punch. Like, you're strong enough, work on your skills, and when you catch people with a well-timed punch, your power is going to put them down. I think he's learned that. He don't even look the same from when he first started. Like, his face, like he's slimmer in the face. He used to have that fat face. Remember that? You know what I'm saying? His body he looks like he's working out all the time. He's trim. The way he moves around the ring, he didn't move like that in the beginning. Yeah. He's a completely different fighter now.
Yeah, 100%, man. And then even to that, man, as we watched the replay with my wife, and I'm like, she didn't quite understand how that punch, it didn't look like much, and I'm like, yeah, you don't want to get hit there, right? you don't want to get hit. You don't want no liver punches. You don't want anything like that. But it's also, and sometimes like filling out people's power and stuff like that. You might have to take one to get what you want. And he took one. Ryan, hit him, but what he what he caught in return fire was the problem, right? Yeah. So that's just what makes Tank dangerous is if he could taste your power, man, and it's not something that'll keep him at bay. You got problems. You got big problems with this guy.
So another thing I wanted to touch on, you guys mentioned Floyd Mayweather, right? The money team. Curtis said the money team. Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby, they're out there standing next to him when they announced them before the fight and afterwards. Seems like everything is good, but I've long suspected this. I don't think there was ever a problem. I think Tank distanced himself, or the money team distanced themselves from Tank in order to make the fight happen. Because De La Hoya hates Floyd Mayweather. Okay, I think he was making it impossible to happen because they were talking about making the fight happen before, and there was always something that was making it fall through. But the minute Tank was no longer part of Floyd Mayweather Promotions, then the fight gets done. But as soon as the fight gets done, all throughout the promotion, Leonard Ellaby's there, Floyd Mayweather's there. I think they pulled an okie doke on Oscar De La Hoya.
I don't know, man, because he hates Al Heyman just as much. And Al Heyman was in the lead chair of this.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I don't think there was any issue. I never felt that way. I mean, I think ego got in the way in a lot of the, of their dealings, Yeah. If you notice at times, Tank would be a lot of his previous fights, man, like Floyd wasn't there to promote, and then Floyd might have his own exhibition fight going on, and you that can be taken the wrong way, in so many different ways. But I think it's one of those situations where Tank is outgrowing being under anybody's umbrella, right?
Yeah.
He's big enough, and I think Mayweather's true passion is to teach these guys, give them the blueprint to be in control and control their own destiny on the business side of things. And I think we see Tank move in that way. This was a big fight. I think both fighters got 8 figures. Tank will get more, more than that. Once we see the numbers, you know what I mean? But I just think, you sometimes you just grow apart. It don't have to be strained or anything like that. I'm just outgrowing this situation, man, and it's time for me to move on my own. I think so. I don't think there was any real beef there. You know what I mean? I just think that, let me do my thing.
Yeah. Salute to Reginald Ward for dropping the like over on Facebook. Appreciate you. Like the page too while you're over there. Jimmy says, if you look at Sean Porter's podcast, Leonard LB, Ben talked about that. He said being under contract and business relationships are different. Yeah. Let's see. Curtis says, I think Tank distanced himself because Floyd always wants to be in the limelight. Watch previous interviews, and he can't help but to mention himself all the time when he talks about Tank. I'll say this though. I think it was needed in the beginning. I don't think Tank knew how to speak to the media. Right. I think that was something he had to kind of he wasn't ready for it. I mean, he was mad young, right? Like he wasn't ready for that yet. And Floyd like, hey, let me handle the media because I'm used to this. Is what I do. But Tank, got older, more mature, and now he's like, no, I don't need you to speak for me anymore. I can handle myself, and I think he's handling himself pretty well. Mm-hmm. Mr. J says, well, thank God Garcia still gets a percentage of the purse to take home. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's guaranteed before the fight even.
He's talking about they were on IG and they had bet the entire.
Oh,
purse.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. But yeah. All right, man. Look, we're gonna hang out a little bit longer. 32 people still in here. Hit that like button if you are new. go ahead and hit the subscribe button, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, hanging out with us. It's 12:45 a.m. Right?
And this is early for a big time fight like this.
It is.
Like, I'm like, man, I'm thinking they ain't gonna walk until midnight.
Do we want to talk about how my man Gabriel Rosado was robbed?
He was not robbed.
I ain't gonna lie.
He got what he should have got in the first fight, but
he didn't get knocked out though.
He didn't get knocked out. But Bektemir lived up to his nickname as the bully. He just followed him around all night, punched him in the face and the body, and it wasn't great for Gabe.
That's what got him knocked out the first time.
Look, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was driving like Batman to get home to catch this 11 o'clock.
You and I were at the same function. I had it up on my phone.
Yeah, listen. We hit once Jose told me Morel knocked dude out, I hit the wrap it up button.
You did. I was like,
hey, we got to go. We got to go. I got to get home. I got to, get settled for this fight. So wrap it up. So I ain't seen none of the
He had to say nothing. All he did, he literally just stood up. It's like,
yep,
everybody got up.
Let's go.
Everybody got up. They're like, oh, okay.
I'm not missing this one. I'm sorry. We can always have fun another night.
That was a clutch move by Mikey. Mikey didn't say no word. He just stood up and just everybody wrapped it up.
Hey, they knew what time it was. They knew what was going on tonight.
and since we're talking about it, I do also just want to say DAZN is trash. Don't ever use DAZN. Never subscribing to DAZN again. They are the worst thing in boxing.
Yes.
Like, how are you gonna? Like, I tried to order the fight on DAZN because it was $60 there as opposed to $85 on Showtime, and I hit the purchase button. It said purchased, and I clicked the thing on the screen. They're like, "We can't find your purchase." Yeah. Wait a minute, and then I waited a minute, clicked it again, nothing, and then I go and I check, and they're like, "Oh, it didn't go through." So I purchased it again, and then it said purchased. Click the button. Oh, we can't find your purchase. You should go to DAZN.com/help. So I go to DAZN.com/help. I hit the chat, and the little virtual chat. He's like, I don't understand what you're saying. Try something else. And I was like, agent, give me an agent. They're like, we don't have any agents working tonight on the night of the biggest fight of the year, even though we're strictly a boxing platform. And never again. Never, ever again.
Make sure you check your statement. You ain't get charged 18 times.
Right.
That's probably what's.
Oh no, I see the 2 pending charges on the account. I got to make sure they get that money back because it never went through.
Yeah, so, I had the same issue too with them. With another fight. No, you know what? That was ESPN, the ESPN app. They not much better.
ESPN is the absolute worst thing in the world. It's worse than bootlegging it. It really is. You don't know if it's going to work or not, and it's constant. It's constant. I seen our man LeVar Burton tweet about it because he ordered a UFC fight one time and it didn't work. He was hot. Okay, when Jordy is mad at you, when Reading Rainbow's mad at you, you want some trash.
ESPN, it'll be on ESPN Plus, and it'll be like sign into your ESPN Plus account, and you sign in, and you hit play, and they'll be like, try your cable provider. I don't know. And then you're just like, why? It's on ESPN Plus. And then it's like, I don't know, bro. Just try it. We'll see.
Now, I also want to say, look, we love E Street. Shout out to E Street, man. But there was an establishment on E Street that listen, man, we're not gonna call you out, but we're gonna contact you tomorrow. You gotta you gotta get together. All right. Like this is
oh my gosh.
There's an establishment on E Street that listen, if you know, you know, okay. Yeah. But you're gonna have to get it together. We're gonna contact you and we're gonna have a conversation tomorrow about this, man. Like you gonna have to rectify this, okay?
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. J. Dylan Brooks is a bad person. Y'all know what I was saying.
Listen. I sent you guys to a different establishment on E Street than where me, Mikey, and B were at. All right. my
we thought
area
we
work.
we thought we was the VIP at East Street. And,
yeah. Only one of us got in. You know, yeah. You know when you go to the club, like, hey, they with me. And they're like, like okay,
nah.
and then they close off the little velvet rope. They're like, no, you're in. They're not in. They got to pay, right?
Yeah.
So
it's all good. It's all good.
It's like when I went to Nottingham's for your birthday, and I went and took our friend home and came back to like $10. It's like, but I was already here. Yeah, $10. Okay, that's what they were. They were on some naughties tonight. Yeah, but all in all, man, look, it was a good fight. You know, like Ryan didn't. I wouldn't say Ryan embarrassed himself. Yeah, he did what most people that fight Tank did. Got knocked out. Right.
Yeah, all but two.
Yeah. So I mean, I thought, you know, he handled himself well. He took on the challenge. Like I said, he has a. I don't think that hurts him at all. In fact, I think that gave him more exposure. He took on the fight. All right, it was a tough fight. They can make all the excuses. All the Ryan fans will make all the excuses. Well, you know, he was probably drained or, you know, whatever. You know, he had him until that. You know, it was just a freak shot. But he was winning the fight. They'll tell us whatever. Ryan Garcia, if he still wants to, you know, make big fights, he can do that. You know, yeah. I think both win in terms of their popularity and their earning potential moving forward, I should say.
Yeah, because he gets a level of respect from boxing fans that he didn't really have before.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and his social media fans aren't going anywhere. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, my fear for him is just that, you know, the boxing world already had they already had this knock on Ryan, right? The fighters themselves, right? I'm sure some of them will use this against him. But hey, he was one of those. Listen, not too many people. He was willing to get in there, right? And as y'all said earlier, him and Tank were, you know, the big parts in making this fight happen, right? We spoke about Oscar. In his relationship with Floyd and Al Heyman and whoever else was behind scenes. Like if it was left up to them, this fight wouldn't have happened, right? Yeah. So you know he had the balls to get in there with the dude. So that's more than a lot of these other cats can say. You know, I give him props, man. You know, like I said, I always tease Ryan on this channel. You know, if you go back to one of our earlier videos, you know, I said I just, you know, even way before this fight was even close to happening, I said, yo, I just have one wish, and I just need Tank to knock Ryan Garcia out. That's all I asked for, right? And you know, so, but I give him props, man. He stepped in there. Same thing, you know, that happened with Isaac Cruz, Rolly. Like, yo, these dudes got more popular, you know, because of fighting Tank, and so I think he'll be in a good place. And there's a lot of good fights for him to be a part of. We'll see, man. Like we always question whether he wanted to fight or not. If he really wanted to be a boxer. So we'll see going forward, man. He just made a shit ton of money, and he makes a shit ton of money out of the ring. So it's, you know, he'll be all right either way.
Just say he wants to step in the ring with you on August 4th.
Nah, shit. I'm not fighting you, bro.
Yeah, like we kind of always take shots at Ryan. He's easy to make fun of, right? Yeah. And he kind of brings it on himself. In fact, we got a custom set of poker cards here that we have featuring our top 25 fighters of all time. But it comes with jokers, and one of them was Ryan Garcia. Yeah. You know, if you want your own set there, by the way, head up patreon.com/LBHTShow. Sign up right there, and we'll send that out to you. But, you know, I think that's a thing that you're going to hear less and less of moving forward as boxing fans, just kind of taking those constant shots at Ryan Garcia. Like I said, I think he gets more popular, he gets more respect, and if he wants it, he'll be able to continue on with you know, with high profile fights, and I think he'll win most of them. I mean, he's a very talented guy, but he was taking on one of the top fighters in the game right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So,
guy, man.
So what do you think is next for Ryan Garcia? Let's start. I mean, we'll talk about both of them. What do you think is next for Ryan Garcia?
You know what I would like to see from Ryan Garcia next? I don't know that it would, if there's any chance of it happening, but I'd like to see him after the Teofimo and Josh Taylor fight, move up and fight Teofimo.
I was thinking Teofimo. We're on the same page. I was like, man, you know who he can go and get and instantly get some boxing respect back for beating Teofimo. Teofimo is a wounded dog out here. Okay, he's not been looking good, and everybody wants a piece of him. He might be done after this Taylor fight, this Josh Taylor fight. I don't know if he should have taken that fight.
I think Teofimo beats him too.
You think so?
Yeah.
Josh Taylor's got something to prove too. You might be right. You might be right.
No, I mean,
Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, I think he beats Ryan Garcia. I think too, but I agree with Kurt. I would like to see Ryan versus Rolly. I mean, you know, I think that'd be a good fight.
Well, no, he's talking about on the undercard.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're both super popular for whatever reasons. You know what I'm saying? But I think that would be a good fight. We saw tonight, man. Ryan got a couple of things he need to work on, you know, and Joe Goosen was supposed to be the one to fix those things, you know, but he got some things he need to work on. I think Rolly would be a good test for him. But I think stepping in there with somebody like Teofimo, I think Teofimo, depending on what Teofimo you get, he'd give Ryan fits.
I don't think he would. I think Teo would, or I think Ryan would get him.
Josh Taylor did get gifted a decision in his last fight. He lost that fight.
He definitely did. And he's still ducking that cat. He definitely got
listen, that's a fight that two fighters have something to prove.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if Teofimo would beat Josh Taylor at this point. I thought that was a layup when Teofimo first went to that weight division, and now I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But Josh Taylor got to show something too. That's going to be an interesting fight. There's a lot on the line there, and aside from the belts, there's a lot on the line for those two. Because I think Teofimo loses that, he might be thinking about calling it quits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he lost some confidence in that last fight that was gifted to him. We were there for that fight.
Yeah. Well, that fight wasn't gifted to him. The other guy didn't do enough to win that fight.
True, he didn't do. Yeah, true. I thought he did enough. I didn't think Teofimo won that fight. Mm-hmm. The fans didn't think he won either. No. New York fans are brutal, by the way. Do not embarrass them. Okay, they will embarrass you right back because they're out there with the Honduras flags. They were cheering loud. By the fifth round, they're like, "Yo, you better do something." Fair says, "Yo, man, who is Roy Romero?" Like, he popped up and then poof. He's been doing a lot of talking. He hasn't done anything since he got knocked out by Tank. He's been doing a lot of talking, but not fighting.
He fights on May 13th.
On my birthday?
Yeah.
Who's he fighting?
Actually, it says TBA. I thought he had an opponent. Oh, maybe because this was supposed to be a champion for a belt, but I guess that dude backed out because now it's saying TBA.
Curtis asked, maybe I missed it, but who do y'all think wins out of Haney and Lomo? You know, it's tough for me to call this one because Lomachenko didn't look great in his last fight, and I don't know if that was just the layoff or, you know, he's a little bit older and maybe slowing down. But it's always been my opinion that Lomo was a better fighter, a better boxer than Devin Haney and would win. So I'm sticking with that for now. I take
the opposite side of that. I think Devin Haney is the better fighter. I always thought Devin Haney was a better fighter. I don't think. Yes, Lomo's older. I'm not sure if it's the layoff why he looked as bad. I think it's because that was his sparring partner, like, and they say like they work close together. So I think he fought somebody that was familiar with them, and you know I don't think he was looking to knock the guy out or anything like that. I don't he worked with somebody that he knew could push him coming off a layoff a little bit better than other fighters. And I think it was just he wanted a good fight. It wasn't like, hey, I gotta go and put this guy away or anything like that. But I think he will fight much better against Devin Haney. But I don't think he has anything for Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney is a superior boxer.
Yeah, I think Haney beats him. I think Haney will just be a little too big for him, man. And yeah, Loma just not just that last fight, the fight before that, like he just hasn't. And he had the layoff, man. And he went back home, and
it's a goddamn hero you're talking about right now.
Yeah, so I ain't trying to disrespect him or nothing, but like I just ever since that that loss to Teofimo, he just hasn't looked that great to me. So I think Haney will control the fight. I think he'll beat him.
Hey, Curtis, thanks for that update. He says Rolly's opponent was caught with a banned substance, so now he's getting another opponent. Okay, yeah, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Ferris, he was fighting for, I think, at 140. He was moving up to 140 for a belt. This opponent. I don't know if it's a vacant belt or something, but I believe he had a chance to win a belt before this happened.
So Loma's still downloading. Yeah, I don't know, but if Haney, I think he's gonna win the fight. He better not lose that fight.
Nah, he can't afford to lose it. He can't. Now, I think Top Rank wants him to lose that fight.
Absolutely.
I think Top Rank wants nothing more than for Loma to have all the belts.
Yep,
that's what they always wanted. That's what they feel like he is. The champion's champ, and but he can't afford to lose that fight. Not all that smack Haney been talking, you know.
So for Tank, what's next? Because Haney's gonna fight Loma. If he beats Loma, is that the next fight? Do they make it happen, or does Bob Arum want to protect his belts for even longer?
I think it's going to be tough for him to deny Tank a fight after beating Ryan Garcia and him being the top guy, around that weight division. There's no legitimate way that you can say we're not going to do a fight with Gervonta.
Yeah, I think we gotta wait to see what these pay-per-view numbers look like, but I think these numbers are going to be huge. I think they're going to be the biggest that anybody in this weight division has seen in a while, and that's it's just solidifying him even more as the big money fight. So you win that fight, you're looking for that level of fame. There's only one place that you can go to get it from, and that's a fight with Tank. And it doesn't matter what Bob Arum says. Like, you need to tell him, like, there's only one fight that I'm taking. That's the fight. Don't try to put me in with a rematch with Loma or anybody else. I want that fight next.
Yeah, I mean, I think what Kurt is saying is I think we'll see Shakur face the winner, and I think not only him being the mandatory, but I think, look, they're all top-ranked fighters. I think Bob Arum is going to try to keep those belts in his stable as long as he can, which I don't see a problem. I get it, right? That's smart. And so I think we'll see the winner of this fight Stevenson, and then maybe the winner of that fight you'll start to hear Tank's name. Tank got Tank got a situation.
That's right.
His legal situation, he got to get straight. He got that coming up soon, so hopefully for him that works out. But I don't know if that works out. Maybe the end of next year. Depends on how quick we would get, a Haney or Loma versus Stevenson. But in the meantime, I'm not sure who would be a good fight for him. I know they keep talking Aesop Cruz, but I don't even want to see that again.
If that's the case, Tank fight the winner of Tio and Taylor at 140. Honestly, I would prefer just to see Tank take a essentially a tune-up fight and wait for the winner of Stevenson and the winner of Loma and Haney. I just no desire to see him move up to 140 to beat up T.O. or Taylor.
Yeah, I mean,
really,
not right now.
And you know, like the Haney and Loma fight is May 20th, so I mean, we could very easily see the Stevenson fight if that's going to be the next fight before the end of the year.
Yeah,
right. And but also, you know, I mean, a lot of times you can get mandatories to step aside.
Yes, and that's what he was asking: is the mandatory? Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
I can't see Stevenson stepping aside though for that. He called him out.
Depends on how big a check you write.
I mean, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. But
especially
I
if you just say, hey, you'll get the winner of Tank and whoever.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I just think that, you know, it'll be. It's Bob Aram's gonna keep them checks there. He's gonna keep them belts there as long as he can.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that will just stretch that out a little longer. You know, because if Stevenson wins, obviously they'll still be in his, you know, in his stable. And then, unfortunately, like this is what I hope. This is what I hope tonight did. Right, you spoke on it earlier, B. I hope tonight is the blueprint of us seeing, you know, Bud and Spence get done. I hope this is the blueprint of, you know, these promoters getting out of the way and allowing allowing these fighters to make these fights, right? If not, I can see this being another situation where it won't happen, or it'll get pushed out, kick the can and get kicked down the road even further, because we know Bob Arum don't really care for, you know, Al Heyman either, even though they've made fights happen, right? But I just, you know, the promoter situation, I've always spoke on that. Like, we got to get that out of the way. And I just hope tonight was the start of that. I hope we start seeing these fights. I mean, we're still kind of seeing it rear its ugly head, as you said earlier, B, with Fury and Usyk. You know, this, you know, look, these young cats, if not for anything, get these young cats their props for making tonight happen. You know what I mean? And then hopefully going forward, man, we start seeing these mega fights, man. It's a ton of fights out here that can happen, whether no matter what stable you're with. You know, make the fight happen. Everybody gonna eat. We all gonna eat, right? So make it happen. And hopefully tonight was that.
Well said. Salute to our man Shug for the donation. Says, since my question got ignored by Brodny, what's next for David Morrell Jr. and when will he get Canelo? Also, Mike, I would fight you. We would step in the drinking ring. Street clothes showed up tonight. Great stream tonight, gentlemen. I appreciate you, Shug. Appreciate you.
And I told you what I wanted to see next for Morrell while you were streaming, Shug. I told you I want to see him fight Benavidez.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you go. And Mike already said he was not gonna fight you, Shug.
Sure, you'd win that, bro. Even in the drinking ring, you'd win.
He said not fight you. He said he wouldn't fight you. Okay. All right. And Curtis agrees with you, Mikey. So
yeah, it's a lot of mess, man.
Yeah. So all right. Coming up, look, we've had some cancellations and pushbacks for fights, right? The Tyson Fury Usyk fight is not on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have, was it Inoue and Cool Boy Steph fight was pushed back.
Yeah.
So
what we have coming up here, May 6th is Canelo and John Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
May 20th, Devin Haney and Lomachenko, and also Chantel Cameron and Katie Taylor. June 10th, Josh Taylor versus Teofimo. July 25th, Teofimo and Fulton. And then I don't even really want to say this one, but August 5th, Jake Paul and Nate Diaz.
Hey, salute to the Rogue Pod for the 420. Says, did Suge apologize for being wrong? Did he pick Ryan Garcia?
He sure did.
Oh,
he sure did.
He said he didn't like you. He said he doesn't like you, though, B.
That's all right.
He wants to know.
I don't like people who pick Ryan Garcia.
He says, "I want to know what Mike and Jose want to see." Same as SB. I have to see him fight Benavidez. If Benavidez doesn't get to fight Canelo, I want to see him fight Benavidez.
Yeah, man. Look, I just want to see these young guns get the match up with each other. So I don't care. Just make some competitive matches, man. It's enough talent out here, where they can make a lot of good fights, man. And you know what? I know there's been talks of this mega card with the heavyweight division. I hope it happens, because we even talked about that on this show. Like, why don't they ever put together a mega card, right? Everybody can be co-headlines. You know what I mean? And
promoters.
So, yeah, we see something like that, man. Just think of how crazy that would be, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just Benavidez would be a good fight. I don't think he's ready for Canelo, but I do. I also think Canelo on the back nine. He want to play golf, right? So I don't know if he want to bang with these young guys either, but I know he's the money guy, and they all want to see him. So we'll see what happens.
Also, June 24th, Edgar Berlanga making his return after he took a bite out of his last opponent. He's coming back to fight Jason Quigley.
Yeah, we have a Ring Kings watch list video that needs to go out on Edgar Berlanga. I will get that out. So that's perfect timing. That's perfect timing. Berlanga, listen, a lot of people are down on Berlanga. We're not as down on Berlanga over here. We think he needs some he needs to polish his game up. But I think he still has a lot of potential. A lot of people, there are a lot of people that don't think he has it skill wise, but I think he's still developing. He's taking a little bit longer to develop, and I think that's fine. There's no timetable, like you develop when you develop. I think he'll come around. I still believe in Berlanga.
Look, he made a mistake. You want to know what his big mistake was?
What?
He stepped in the ring with Columbia, Maryland's own Damon Nicholson.
That's right.
Gave the blueprint, and ever since then, it's been downhill. Yeah. It's been downhill for that brother. No, but I think he has talent, right? Yeah. We spoke about this before, though. Like, he has too many ears. I mean, he has too many people talking to him. It's like his corner he had like 18 people in his corner. It felt like.
Yeah.
So, he got to clean up that situation, get one trainer. I know it's hard to walk away from your dad. These boxers, man, it's hard to step away from their dad in these situations. But look, he can still be there, but you need one voice, man, But I think, obviously, he got supreme power, man. If he could polish some things up, and he's another guy that's still young. Yes, Ferris, he did beat Damon, but
Damon showed the blueprint.
Damn, Ferris. And did he beat Damon? Because up to that point, he had knocked everybody out in the first round, and that's not what happened.
That's right.
When he fought Damon.
Yeah. And then after that, it just looked real bad. He looked real bad since then. So,
he has, yeah.
Somebody
knocked him down on one of those fights.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see, man. But there's something there. Somebody got to be there to bring it out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, fellas. We've gone for an hour. Man, felt good to record this again. This is it's been a while. But don't you worry. We will be back on our grind here shortly. We're going to be pumping out more content, more consistent content. So don't go anywhere. If you are an audio listener, we apologize. We'll be back on that. If you're not an audio listener, go ahead and follow us. Okay, wherever you listen to a podcast, you can find Ring Kings podcast, or you can go to LBHTShow.com. Like it says right below my name. Okay, you can find the podcast on there as well. But wherever you listen to, if you're not listening to on our website, wherever you listen to, make sure you give us a 5-star review, or thumbs up, good comment, whatever. Okay, engage wherever you listen, because that helps us grow on that side. Also on this channel right here. All right. Anything else before we get out of here, fellas?
Yeah, like Ferris, you keep saying he hasn't fought in years. He fought last June.
So Berlanga?
It hasn't been a year yet.
Yeah. So appreciate you, Shug. Appreciate you. It says much love, Ring Kings. Hey, much love to you. Yeah. All right. We out of here. It's 1:15 a.m. You guys go get some sleep. We're gonna have a busy week this week. If you are a football fan, the draft is coming up. You guys, that follow us already know we have other channels. Mikey, open mic with OTR Mike. Okay, he's got content coming out. He's gonna have a new episode dropping this Monday. So make sure you subscribe it over there and make sure you're following. Of course, me and B have Lunch Break Hot Take. We do our show every Wednesday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, and all of us, if you're a Ravens fan, we'll be on Coach Evans' stream Monday. Well, some of us will.
Yeah, I won't.
For the Ravens roundup, and then we got the NFL draft. So lots of stuff going on this week, and then we drop another episode of Rankings podcast next week. So we might even drop that Berlanga video this week. Definitely drop the Berlanga video this week. All right, so you'll be getting some more content from us. But all right, that is it. Y'all have a great night. B, are you ready?
I am ready.
He is ready. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace.